Hi guys, and I hope you had a good equinox. I want to rant. I am not a happy bunny. Um, it's got to the point where I've got to say something about voting. I'm really sick and tired of people posting on Facebook trying to guilt trip others into voting. I think those people who don't vote, well done, because you figured out. At the very least, you figured out that one, it doesn't change anything, and because the candidates, they're all just as bad as each other, and they're all only going to tell you what you want to hear until they get elected, and then just screw you, just fucking screw you. Those who don't vote have at least got that far in their understanding of how the world works, and others, like myself, realise that voting is just about choosing your master, and we don't want masters. Perhaps if voting actually worked, if it actually got us anywhere, and there was the option, fuck off, leave me alone, I don't want to be governed, I would probably vote, and a lot of people would, if we were guaranteed that that would be the case. I mean, I don't even believe in democracy. It's mob rule. It's the majority, even if they're only 51%, 49% get screwed over, basically, and their opinions and their rights get ignored. There was a t-shirt and it was in French, and I'm really thinking about getting it, which, hoping not to lose too much in the translation, goes a little like this: dictatorship is shut up, and democracy is keep talking. And that's about it, basically. Democracy, not only is it unfair because, just because the majority, wants one thing, do we all have to go with it? When we don't want to. And another thing is, it's a false sense of freedom. You think that you actually have a choice when in the end you don't. You're still ruled. You still have a master, which means you're still a slave. It's covert slavery. That's what it is. It's invisible slavery for those who aren't awake enough to see that and to figure it out and just, think about it. They use coercion, they use force, they use threats, the government, to force you into obeying their laws, whether you agree with them or not. And voting is just saying, yeah, I agree with that I should be governed, I agree that I have a master, I'm going to choose that one. It's buying into the system, it's condoning the system, and it's saying that you accept a master. I accept, but nobody is my master. And since nobody is not on, the list of choices, I ain't voting. I voted once to see what it felt like. I admit, I voted once when I don't know how old I was. I think I was 19. I can't remember. It was back in the UK. It was a local election. And I already knew that all the candidates were lying scumbags, and they were just telling us what they wanted to hear, and I knew that voting just doesn't change anything, but I just wanted to do it, and so I kind of went at eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you'll do. Cross, in the box, bye-bye. Cheap thrills. I'm a big girl now, I can vote! Woo! But, there are people going about people around the world who can't vote because they live in a dictatorship. Well, I've said what I thought about the difference between democracy and dictatorship, basically. Or at least in a dictatorship, you know what it is. It's more honest, in a way. It's honest evil. It's honest immorality, whereas democracy is covert immorality, because it's covert slavery. It's giving the illusion of choice, the illusion of some form of liberty. It's like saying, you ungrateful slaves, you have the right to choose your master, so you're going to bloody well choose, slave. No, thank you. I'd rather be free. I mean, I know it's not going to happen, and I know that not voting probably doesn't make a difference either. Then I don't care. I'm voting with my conscience. My conscience says to me, don't vote for anybody. So in a way, I am voting by abstaining from voting. And that ain't going to change ever. And it's not through laziness or whatever. It's not through hopelessness. It is through conviction. And so how dare anybody try and give me the guilt trip. Oh, the suffragettes, they went through hell to get women the vote. Yeah, but I vote not to vote, you know? I vote for nobody. So, and just because they went through all that doesn't mean I owe them anything. I never asked them to. I never asked anybody to give me the right to vote. So why should I, you know, it's just so pathetic. And, you know, it's not because somebody has, you know, gone through a lot to get something for somebody else that it's necessarily a good thing. You know, even if they want it. I mean, voting isn't a good thing. It's a waste of time. It's nothing. They went through that for nothing. Okay, symbolically, what it represents is, you know, more equality between the sexes, and that's a good thing. I recognise that. But voting in itself is just a useless and deceptive thing. And it is, for me, it is saying, yes, I agree with the system. So I'm afraid you can't be for freedom and vote. It's contradictory. I mean, I think you've got to be really naive to think that voting even changes anything, really. You know, it's same shit, but with different flavouring to make you swallow it, you know? It's like, what am I going to have? Strawberry flavoured shit or vanilla flavoured shit? It's like, it's still shit. And they're still going to ram it down our throats. So I prefer not even to bother choosing the flavour. I'll take whatever flavour comes up, you know. But at least I have, you know, I've been true to myself on what I believe in, and I'm not voting. And I think shame on you people for trying to incite people to vote, because obviously you haven't thought it through. And, you know, just piss off with your fucking memes on Facebook because it's just a pain in the ass. Just, you know, just to let you know your ignorance is showing, so you might want to be a bit more discreet about that. You want to vote, okay, but keep it to yourself and don't try and get other people to do the same thing as you know. Each their own, live and let live. That's what I can't stand, is people shoving their own shit in my face, you know. If somebody's going to start a discussion with me about things like that, I will come out and I will say my opinion. But don't ask me to sugarcoat it, and don't ask me not to fucking call you an idiot if that's what I think of you. It's not to insult you, it's because that's what I think. So, yeah, a bit bitchy, but I'm just getting really pissed off. I find it, you know, I'm okay with people putting things forward, but think it through first. Think about what you're saying, because I'm sorry, but I just don't suffer fools gladly, and only a fool would try and get other people to vote.